friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking specifically into a no contact and or separation situation. What are their current realizations about you? And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Nature Spirit Tarot, and pile number two is the Tarot Disassembled. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. For those of you who chose Nature Spirit Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, pile one. Specifically for a no contact and or separation situation, what are their current realizations about you? Current realizations. Alrighty, pile one, let's see what we have here for today. Page of Swords, Six of Wands, High Priestess, Seven of Wands, King of Swords, Temperance, and we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards, so we're going to look into that as well. Focus on what matters. Initiation, I need calcite, luster, throat chakra, space. I have space. Okay. Hold on, pile one. Your person's getting a lot of intuitive downloads about this connection. At this point in time, there's a little bit of resistance though. They might not be completely aware of the spiritual messages that are coming through. It's kind of like they have a feeling, but there might be a little bit of internal resistance about the messages that are coming through. There is definitely a pull that this person feels towards you, and I think that your person wants to understand why they feel this pull. There's a deep desire to figure out what are these intuitive messages. So I think that your person might not be spiritually inclined, and I think that this might be a kind of spiritual awakening that your person's going through, like at least understanding that there are, intuitive downloads that can happen, or there can be spiritual downloads. You can be getting messages. Your person could also be bombarded with like a lot of signs and synchronicities at this point in time, and they might have resisted it. I am seeing a lot of resistance, so they could have just like scoffed at it, could have said, okay, you know what, I don't believe in all that, or it's just a coincidence. But I think that the signs are getting more and more intense that your person cannot ignore, and even like the intuitive messages that your person's receiving or the spiritual downloads that your person is getting. They could even be having these conversations with you in 5D, but then they might just kind of brush it off as, oh, this is just my imagination. But the more they brush it off, it looks like the more intense the signs are coming to a point where your person has no choice but to take a deep dive and to try and understand what exactly is happening to them. They might be taking a little bit of more of a logical approach, and that's okay. That's, no judgment over there, but they are looking into it. They're trying to understand what is happening with them, but more on a 5D level, like what's happening in the 5D for them to be experiencing this in 3D. And your person could have started like watching YouTube videos about people who, talk about these things. I don't know how open your person is at this point in time, but they're trying to be open. That's the energy that's coming through. They're trying their best to understand. So up until now, the resistance was, okay, I don't believe in that. But now your person's kind of shifting into energies where, okay, well, there might be few things that can't be explained, and it's okay for me to accept that it can exist. That's sort of the energy that your person is stepping into. And I don't know if you noticed the way that I said it is so specific in terms of their analysis of what is going on. I really think that your person is meant to understand all of these messages on a more deeper level. But right now they're taking a more logical approach. They're more so understanding. They're more so like, for example, you hear the word soulmates, right? Some people don't believe in it. Some people completely scoff it, and then they completely walk away from, the word or the term soulmates. There are a few who might actually start to research about it, just say, okay, well, let me try to understand what it is about. And then they might try to read articles that are out there. They might try to understand people's experiences, people who call themselves as soulmates. Like, why do you feel that way? So that's taking a more logical approach. And then there will be another group of people who accept, who just intuitively feel, and they just accept. There is no need for external validation or confirmation or any justifications for what they feel, So your person seems to be in the middle group where they know all of these things, but they want more justification for it. They want more proof for it. So they might be kind of researching a lot about it at this point in time. A lot of research going on your person's end. Now, what does that have to do with your connection? First off, I think that your person wants to understand why this connection exists between the two of you. I think that there is some space between the two of you, but I also think that the space is intentional for the two of you. A lot of blue in your reading today. So I really think that your person might be slowly tapping into their spirituality a little bit and kind of being open that, okay, maybe there is something more to this connection. Maybe I am connected to my person in 5D. Maybe we have been communicating in 5D. I just don't know it, or I just wasn't aware of it. But now at least I know that the concept exists. I can start looking into it and start researching to see if it actually applies to me. So that's where your person is at right now. I also think that your person might have found this connection very confusing, Pile 1. And confusing in the sense, I think that your person might have tried to be very, very logical about this connection. Perhaps they wanted things to unfold the way it is normally, like, to 3 months of dating, and then, a little bit more than that, and then probably move in after a year. And I think that your person had set kind of logical timelines for their life. But I also think that this connection kind of threw everything off balance. And whatever your person perceived to be success in their life, or however your person thought that this connection had to unfold in order for it to be a success, and I say success in quotes because that was just your person's perception, I think that all of that kind of twisted. I also would not be surprised if both of you just skipped the initial stages of dating and directly hopped into, being so comfortable with each other, like as though you knew each other from lifetimes, So I think that all of that is kind of shifting your person's mind, and because they're experiencing it they know that it exists. You get what I mean? So they might have heard it in the past, but they never believed it. But because a part of them knows that they're experiencing it, they're like, okay, I need to research more about this because I'm feeling so up in the air and I'm feeling lost about this. I need more information. I need to research more about this so that I feel comfortable with that information, and I feel like I can know what I want to do next. Your person's a little bit all over the place. I will kind of tell that to you, Pile 1. But I think that the more information that they're researching about this connection, about what both of you are, about possibly the 5D communication that both of you are having, the more they feel like they're calming down. You know, it's not yet there. You know, if you notice the words that I'm using, it's so roundabout, and I feel that is also very indicative of the energy that your person is in. But the good news is that your person is gaining that clarity. They want that clarity, and they're literally going deep, diving deeper into it, and trying to understand what about this connection makes sense. You know, that's where your person is at. So they might be taking space right now. I mean, I know that we tapped into no contact and separation specifically, but it's more about them taking space to understand this connection, to understand that why nothing makes sense, but also everything makes sense. You know, it's a juxtaposition that your person is in, and they're realizing that there are some things that don't need an explanation but just need to be felt, and that's okay, and they don't have to resist. Not everything needs a logical explanation, and some things are just meant to be felt. But for other things that you probably need some sort of some sort of calming, you know, you want that calming effect, then yes, absolutely, you can go research, you can figure it out and see how that applies to you. So there's a little bit of a balance going on where your person's accepting what they're feeling, but they're also trying to find out logical meanings about it. All right, so an example that's coming through is your person could be seeing 111 everywhere, and maybe in the beginning they scoffed it, or they didn't really notice it. Then they started noticing it, and then they scoffed it, and then now they started noticing it, and they're realizing that every time they see it, something happens. So it's kind of like, okay, when I see 111, something in my life happens. So they're like connecting that. So now it's more about research phase of, okay, well, what does 111 actually mean? What do angel numbers mean? Has this ever happened to any other people? Might be even going, I'm seeing Reddit forums, like your person actually searching, has this happened to somebody else? That kind of energy is coming through. And your person's also realizing that everything has meaning. You know, they can't scoff everything just because it doesn't make sense to them, because that just means they don't know about it. So a lot of understanding is going on. There's a new cycle that your person is approaching with respect to understanding this connection and not being so much in their head about it, but instead learning how to be present and experiencing this connection. So kind of a shift from scoffing to research to being present in the connection. That's the flow, and it's happening right now. It's still in transition. I've not yet got a completion energy, but your person's getting there, Pile 1. All right, let me get you one message or one advice that wants to come through. Pile 1, please. You've manifested this, haven't you? You've manifested this, Pile 1. That's so sweet. I mean, that's powerful also, but I think that you have manifested your person learning about all this and succumbing to all the signs and synchronicities. So you should not be surprised that your person is going through all this. So there might have been a little bit of letting go on your end. You might have let go of control of the situation, let go of the outcome, and you might have just stepped into energies where you recognize your power and you align with what you deserve, setting boundaries for this person and allowing this person to go on their journey of figuring it out for themselves rather than you trying to explain it to them, trying to tell them. Whatever it is that you're doing, Pile 1, you are in very, very powerful energies right now. You have manifested this person understanding this connection. You might also have done a lot of inner work on yourself to reach this point in your connection, Pile 1. So continue being in that energy, all right? Continue allowing this person to figure things out on their own. They're gonna get there. Don't worry about that. Continue being in the energy where you only allow energy that matches what you deserve, because that is how you align to this person stepping up and matching that energy. They're getting there. They're definitely getting there, but you need to hold on to the energy that you're in. All right, pile one? Okay. This is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you are looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy. Whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips that I send, and watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Helen, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi pal to you. For those of you who chose Tarot Disassembled, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, pal to you, specifically for no contact and or separation situation, what are their current realizations to you? Pal to this person's current realizations about pal to you, please. Pal to this person's current realizations about you. Can I get some clarifiers, please? Alrighty, pal two, let's see what we have here for today. We have the Magician. Oof, we have the Tower. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Mirroring going on over here. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, I also have your Oracle cards, so we're going to get into that as well. We have Enjoy Nature's Beauty. We have Promise. We have Skull sight. Yes. I give myself permission to rest physically and emotionally. We have Kotlikyu. Every breath replenishes my soul and helps me rejuvenate or regenerate. We have Heart Chakra here with Compassion. I am compassionate. Okay. Hold on, Patu. Head versus heart. That is what is going on with your person at this point in time. It literally, I mean, this is like the crown chakra, this is the heart chakra. Head versus heart at this point in time. But your person's calming down. How to? That is the energy that's coming through. Your person's calming down, because I think that first off, they didn't know how to handle this connection. I also don't think that your person expected this connection to come into their life at this point in their life. So maybe there were other aspects of your person's life where it wasn't sorted out, or they didn't have it figured out, and then this connection came in at the wrong time, or at least in their perception. Because truth be told, your person manifested this connection. All right, but to them, it felt like it was the wrong time. But I would not be surprised if your connection was meant to break down your person's understanding of what a fulfilling life actually meant to them. It might have also been at that pivotal point in your person's life where they were going to take another path, but then your connection came in, forcing them to rethink going on that path, because if they continued on that path, it's possible that it might have been very misaligned for your person. So even though your connection came at a perceived wrong time, it was actually the right time for your person, but it's kind of thrown them off balance, you know, because their heart feels this pull towards you. Their heart wants to come towards you, and I would not be surprised if there is this push and pull that happens in this connection. But at the same time, I think that your person had like a particular vision for their life. They wanted their life to be a certain way, and they were on that path, all right? And it looks like your person was very aligned to that path, but it was a misalignment to what they truly wanted in their life. This is what they thought they wanted. And it's also possible that your person didn't think they were going to experience a connection like yours. So to them, it felt like they weren't missing out on anything in life. So that was one direction that your person wanted to go. And then you stepped into this person's life, Paltio, and you showed them what a healthy, beautiful connection could be, what a home could be like for this person. And so now they're in two minds, because they thought they wanted something, and then now there's something else that they can actually move towards, something that they didn't think they even wanted, or they didn't even think they could have it in their life. So now it's the shift. But because there's a shift going on, there's a little bit of an ego battle going on, because I thought I wanted this, but now I want something else. So how do I make that shift? How do I accept that I no longer want this path? So there is a little bit of a breakdown of the ego that's happening at this point in time. There's also a breakdown of your person's perception of what they want out of their life, what is truly their desire. So it's a little bit of a difficult and intense period. I mean, we have the Tower coming out, so I think that's pretty obvious that it is quite intense what your person is going through. But I would not take their silence to be anything, or to be a lack of love and affection that this person feels for you. I would not take it that way, because if it hadn't been you, Paltu, this person would have continued going on their path. And the only reason why they're even thinking of shifting is because of the magnitude of what you've made them feel. It's possible that your person might not achieve the level of success that they thought they wanted if they choose this path with you, but they're okay with that, because choosing you means a more balanced life. So for example, if you had not stepped into this person's life, it's possible that this person could be en route to working like 16 hours a day and just completely immersing themselves into their work, and maybe achieving X amount of money and being in the topmost position, traveling across the world because of their job, and being in like a top tier executive position. But with you stepping into your person's life, they not only have a beautiful home, they also have a balanced work life where they're not working 16 hours, but they're working a normal amount that is healthy for them, for their mental health, for their emotional health as well. So it's not that they're sacrificing a high-paying job or something. No, it's that they're learning how to choose their mental and emotional health because of you. Does that make sense? Because what is coming through is balance. You are bringing balance into this person's life. They were completely on one end of the scale, like completely focused onto work or completely engaged into that. And beyond a certain point, all right, anything in life, it's not just, work or relationships, or beyond a certain point, beyond a certain threshold, becomes toxic. It becomes unhealthy. When you involve so much into that, beyond a certain point, it becomes unhealthy. Even if you're earning like 10 times the amount that, you thought you would, or whatever it is, beyond a certain point, even the money coming in becomes toxic, it becomes unhealthy. It starts chipping away at your mental and emotional and physical health as well. So your person had reached that point of, I guess I would say, compromise, and your person was succumbing their mental and emotional and physical health, chasing this thing that they thought they wanted. But you stepping into their life has taught them that they can actually have a beautiful balance in their life. And they want that for themselves. It's not like, they're being forced to make that decision. there's a lot about your person's mental and emotional health coming through very strongly in your reading. So I really think that if your person had continued down that path, I think that it would have come at the expense of something much more than what your person was gaining out of it. And with you, everything's balanced, pal two. But the reason why there's a no contact at this point in time is because the switch is very, very difficult for your person. They have to let go a part of their ego that probably tied their self-worth and their identity with that dream that they wanted to achieve, and then now shift their own identity. First off, keep it a little bit more to themselves and kind of create a stable foundation for that, but also kind of shift their dream and say, it's okay for me to change my dream at this point in time. It's not too late. And it doesn't mean that I would never have achieved that, or it doesn't mean that I'm not capable of achieving that. It just means that my priorities have shifted. My dream of my future has shifted, and that's okay. But even saying that was very, very difficult for me just now, pal two. So I think that even saying that out loud, that it's okay for my dream to have shifted, I feel like it might be difficult for your person. Your person might also be worried that people's perception might be that they were not capable of achieving this. But no, it looks like your person's very, very capable of achieving that. But it would have come at a very, very big expense. Whereas now the path that they want to take is a more balanced path. It's more about settling down, having a family, having emotional fulfillment, as well as, yes, financial fulfillment as well. It's like a holistic view of their life. And that's the thing about life, it's not just like, oh, only happiness or only money. No, we're meant to experience the full spectrum of it, and that's something that your person's understanding at this point in time. Not to say, I don't know why I feel like saying this, but some person's definition of family might vary. Just want to put that out there, all right? But your person's learning how to prioritize their mental and emotional health. And they're doing so by actually shifting their priorities and choosing this connection. And with promise coming out, I think that your person is learning how to promise themselves, not you, promise themselves that they will take care of their emotional health, they will take care of their mental health, because I think that your person was really struggling. There's a lot coming through about their mental and emotional health. So I think that your person's realizing that they shouldn't have gone on that path. And they should have prioritized their mental and their emotional health a little bit more. But with you, with this option with you, looks like the prioritization naturally happens. That's something that's coming through. One message or advice for you, how to. They'll get there. King of Pentacles, long-term commitment, probably the most stable of all the kings out there in terms of long-term stability, long-term commitment. This is marriage level commitment coming through as well. So they'll get there. And of course, however partnership or marriage is aligned to you, seems to be long-term stability coming through from your person. Yeah, there is a big transformation happening within your person. Let them be for now. Yeah, things are shifting. Big energies, big energies. We have Magician, Tower, Death, and Wheel of Fortune coming out in your reading. Big energies. Allow your person to just be there, working through. Yeah, they're working through it. Right now, they're at that point of, two paths unfolding, which path they want to choose. They're there, but they'll come through. Don't worry about it, pal two. They're going to come through. But there's a lot of ego death that needs to happen, which is happening right now. Your person's embracing it. They're not resisting it, but it's still painful. And it is through that ego death that things are going to shift between the two of you. All right? So don't worry about it. Allow your person to go through their process. They are making that decision. They are going through the process of shifting their priorities and shifting it in a more balanced way, and that includes your connection. It's not that they're choosing your connection, it's that they're choosing a holistic and more fulfilling version of their life, which aligns with their deepest desire as well, and your connection is a part of that. All right? So this one is commitment energy, so that's coming through. And this is more, the way that I see it, it's not just about, you know, the money aspect of it. This is also about settling down, about creating a beautiful future, you know, a future that is emotionally fulfilling, you know, physically, mentally, financially, spiritually fulfilling as well. Your person's getting to that point, all right? Pile 2, this is where I will leave you. Though this is a bit slow-moving energy, I mean, the transformation, the Tower moment is fast, but the transformation is slow, because a lot of ego has to kind of let go, and that's going to take a bit of time, all right, Pile 2? But it is happening very surely, but steadily. Your person is coming forward, okay? Alrighty, Pile 2, I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to see me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, to tips, and in watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pile 2, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.